everyone. Today we're going to take a look at Brotherhood of the Wolf on 4K Blu-ray. In this video, I'll do a quick unboxing, walk through the specs, and I will give my thoughts about how this movie presented in my home theater and my thoughts about the movie itself. Here are some movie specs. Brotherhood of the Wolf, released in 2001 by Universal Pictures. This new 4K release is by Scream Factory. It's rated R. Runtime is 151 minutes. It came in a slipcover and includes the 4K Blu-ray, standard Blu-ray, and a special features standard Blu-ray, which includes the making of this movie, deleted scenes, trailers, and a featurette about this real life story, because this is actually based on true events. And I'll talk more to that in a moment. There is no digital copy. Aspect ratio is 2:35:1. So if you're like me with a 16:9 screen, there will be black bars on the top and bottom of the screen. Audio on the 4K disc is in English and French. The English audio is a 5.1 DTS HD mix. The French audio does include Dolby Atmos. Only English subtitles are available. Dolby Vision is also available for those with a capable display. For this review, because I'm in my home theater with my projector, I'll be watching in HDR10. This movie is very, very loosely based on real events. Essentially, throughout a roughly 3-year period, a mysterious animal attacked and in some cases killed around 100 people in a rural area in France. It was called the Beast of Gévaudan. I'll stop there because I don't want to give away anything about the movie. It's been almost 20 years since I last saw this movie. I actually owned it around the time it came out. Not sure what happened to that copy, but here I am now with the latest release of this movie. Brotherhood of the Wolf at its core is a mystery and a drama with some humor, romance, a bit of horror, some action, and some very good fight sequences. I really like the story. There is a healthy amount of dialogue, which worked for me. It didn't slow the pace of the movie because there was always something in the dialogue advancing the story and providing me with some information. This is a very good movie. Mark Dacascos steals this movie. The story is good enough that I can watch it again with some frequency. Brotherhood of the Wolf is a solid 4. Video quality is generally okay. At no point is it razor sharp. In fact, some scenes are especially soft. There is always the question as to what was the director's intent, or is there something else going on in the transfer process or with the condition of the original. Ultimately, whatever was done for this 4K release got the approval from both the movie's editor and director. They supervised the restoration team that worked on this release. So I have to believe that they did what they thought was best to give this 4K its best look. That being said, there are some scenes that look clean with decent detail and some scenes that are noticeably soft, and the quality is not quite the same. There isn't a lot of grain. What grain is there stays pretty stable, and I did watch select portions of the standard Blu-ray. The 4K is better than the standard Blu-ray. The contrast is better and it's a little sharper. The cinematography is a highlight. The shots, the style, absolutely fantastic. The introduction of the two main characters in chapter 1 is a highlight in this movie. The contrast looks great, it looks clean, and the entire sequence is beautifully shot, very artfully done. There are some CGI shots that are pretty obvious considering the time. However, it is okay. On a scale of 1 to 5, I'll give it a 3 because it does largely deliver, but be aware there are some soft scenes that really stand out. I watched this movie in French with English subtitles and a second time with the English dub. I typically prefer the non-dubbed audio track with the original dialogue of the characters. I feel more connected to the movie, the actors, and their performance. But I thought the English dubbed version in this movie was just fine. It integrated well with the rest of the audio without seeming too disconnected. Audio is very good on both the English and French tracks. I didn't notice much of a difference between the Dolby Atmos and DTS HD mix in what I heard from the overhead speakers. Nothing stood out to me in either mix. Not a lot of separation and not especially dynamic in the rears or sides, but they were active and I did feel immersed. Some decent punch from my subwoofer and some of the action scenes as well. I'm going to be a little overly critical and give the audio a 3 out of 5. It's almost a 4. I just don't think it's quite there for me. I would recommend this movie as long as you're okay with it being a foreign period piece. Brotherhood of the Wolf was a good home theater watch. It has some issues, but I'm happy with it being part of my collection.